to the party, we got the takes, no chase. Straight Shooter Podcast, winning the race.
Hey everybody, it's Big Ed here, and we are live right here at the Straight Shooter Studios. Right to my right, I have Carrie, our producer, our main producer here for Flying Hawaiian. He is also, you guys need to check out his articles on straightshootersports.com. So he's joining us this evening. To the bottom below me, we have Lumpy, as you guys know. Lumpy's one of our major contributors and admin also. And we have Ben Diesel to his right. And Ben is a Niners fan who is also one of our admins and great contributor to our show. And this evening in studio, we asked Brian Sinkoff to come join us this evening. Now, Brian has a pretty extensive background when it comes to sports. He's also the broker owner of Sinkoff Realty up in Albany, New York. So Brian, like I said, he's the owner of Sinkoff Realty. He's an award-winning realtor. He's been in the industry since 2011. Sold over 350 homes during that time. But prior to that, he served as a sports anchor and reported 5 different television markets, from Baltimore, Maryland, Scranton, Pennsylvania, Clarksburg, West Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, and Albany, New York. And from 2008 to 2011, Brian was the host of an ESPN radio show in Albany called Sound Off with Sinkoff, which aired from 3 to 7 p.m. on weekends. The show is ranked number 1 among men, 25 to 54. So, Brian, we are honored to have you here this evening. We're going to talk a little bit about many things that are happening in the league. This show primarily focuses on the NFC East and with the Eagles, because that's what a lot of our wheelhouse is. We have Ben, who gives us San Fran report, and we also talk about the all right.
There we go. There's a real estate call.
That's our first ring. I was going to say that's pretty good.
All right. Didn't mean to throw you off.
No, that's okay. I was waiting for the rotary dial. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So Brian definitely has. If you guys have any questions for Brian as we go, you guys can leave your comments and questions below, and we would love to have you guys answer questions. So let's talk a little bit about what's been going on, Brian, with what you see is happening in the NFC, especially the NFC East with your team, with the Commanders. I know there's been so much happening there. So we're going to start with you tonight, and then we'll work our way around the room. Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here. Ed and I share we were University of Maryland grads. Ed, a football player for the team, for the Terps in the late 80s, early 90s. And I was a radio guy at the student radio station before embarking on my own professional sports media career. But it's good to be with the Flying Hawaiian, Ben Diesel, Lumpy, and Big Ed. So I feel like we're on like some WWE.
That's it, baby.
So, really, I've at 54, I think I've arrived in my life.
You have
podcast at 7:48 p.m. Eastern on a Thursday.
You got it, bro.
You listen. Not only that, but I've seen you pump the iron on live. If you check your channel, you're actually pumping up serious weight the other day. So that's a good.
Well, dude, I mean, it doesn't look like it, but I'm 5'5" on a good day, guys. So,
Yeah, I thought you were at least 6'8".
Yeah. What are you at? 6'5", 6'2"?
Yeah, that's just my width.
You say you 6'5"? How
like
tall are you?
6'5", yeah. I used to be 6'6", and then I shrunk.
And I will tell you, can I tell, obviously the guys on the podcast know you, Ed, but I want to tell people out there watching, I was at Maryland. I was, it was so cool for me. We'll talk about the NFC in a second. I just want to kind of give like a little behind the scenes of Maryland and college football, because I find this stuff really fascinating. So I'm a kid growing up in Silver Spring, Maryland, hence why I'm a Commanders fan, right? But my family has had season tickets to Washington for a long, long time. But, I grew up a Terps fan as a kid. I go to Maryland basketball games, Maryland football games.
And you hear that, guys? There are Terps fans out there. I know many of you don't believe that, but they are. Go ahead.
Well, Maryland hoops in the 80s, man, was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. And yes, it was.
Football, and Maryland football. And, Maryland hoops now, we're down a little bit with the new coach who had like 12 minutes to assemble a roster. But it's big time sports. So, I get to Maryland as a student, and, I'm like, I joined the radio station and we're like broadcasting. It was really cool. Like one thing about Maryland that was so awesome, we had the student station, and most big time colleges don't let the student station broadcast games because they'd be taking away listeners from the main broadcast. You see what I'm saying? Like, why are we going to let the students? We're the commercial station. Why would we have people take away from our listenership? Well, the nice thing about Maryland was our student station was so small, we weren't going to put a dent into a major metropolitan DC radio network. So they let us broadcast the games, which was so awesome. So we're on the road. I mean, we traveled just like the football team. We went on road trips. I was everywhere they were: Florida State, Duke, North Carolina State, Georgia Tech. I mean, we went everywhere. And I think when we're talking about football in a studio, you're watching it at your house, you don't realize how big these human beings are until you stand next to them. And I'm going to go back, and I'm going to probably embarrass you, Ed, but when I would stand next to Ed and the guys in the offensive line, and again, I'm only 5'5", I get it, but these guys are inhumanely big. It is like insane. Standing next to them, and especially Ed, that was 30 years ago. I know we're old men, but I've been on NFL sidelines lately, and it is insane how big these human beings are. And I think we talk about this stuff like, and we sit around and we chat about sports, but I don't think anyone knows how big they are, how strong they are, and how hard they freaking hit. It is it's unimaginable to me to watch this stuff when you really are inside and how it's a violent, angry game.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, when I was actually at Home Depot. This is about 2 years ago, and I saw Lane Johnson there with his wife, and I really didn't want to bother him. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. But when I saw him, he made me look small, and I'm a pretty big guy.
Yeah,
and he was just jacked, and he looks so much bigger. Like, TV, he doesn't look this jacked, but man, you see that man in person, he is a big man.
Yeah, he's
strong,
like
not an ounce of there's not an ounce of fat on him.
No fat.
No, he's
just like me, Ed, right?
Runyon was the same way, man. John Runyon was a big dude. Remember him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's different. Even when we were playing, that's a long time ago. But these guys, I mean, look at a guy like Jordan Davis. I brought this up a couple weeks ago. This man on that blocked kick ran 19 miles per hour at 290 or 300 pounds, like cruising. You don't understand. This is what I tell the kids, because maybe it puts it in language. Your fastest kid that plays running back or wide receiver is not as fast as Jordan Davis on the field.
I think he's 320.
They think he's fast, and I'm like, yeah, you guys know.
Right.
That's the difference. It's the speed. That speed is unbelievable. How fast these human beings are.
Imagine having to tackle and be the one
to
tackle him.
And you know what's
standing in front.
And you know what's funny? We all made fun of how slow Tom Brady was. Tom Brady would blow any of us out in a foot race right now.
Of course.
But he looks slow. But he's not.
He's what he probably ran like a 4.7 or 4.8 40.
Yeah.
And
maybe at the end of his career he was around a 5.1, right? At the end of his career.
Well, when you watch like a 40-yard dash at the combine, it doesn't look nowhere near as fast as game time speed. When you watch him run during a game, it looks 100 times faster in a game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you look at a guy like Jerry Rice. Supposedly he ran like a 4.6, 4.7. You can't tell me he ran that on a football field, man.
No.
Guys, we were at the gym today, and I was talking to a guy who was he was about 10 years younger than me, and he didn't really see Darrell Green, former Redskin commander in his prime. And I said, I don't know if you can pull up videos on this while we're chatting. You need to pull up the video of Darrell Green, Eric Dickerson, when he walks down Eric Dickerson.
Yeah.
I believe it was the Flying Hawaiian can pump this up. Maybe I might have been the playoffs in 84, 85. Eric Dickerson, who was fast as hell, right? Breaks away from everyone, and it literally running out. He's out of the screen, and then all of a sudden, from nowhere, Darrell Green catches him. He also did that to Tony Dorsett too.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Darrell Green was fat. To put it in perspective, today's NFL fastest player is what, Tyreek Hill, I would say.
Yeah.
He was faster than
That was
Tyreek
a
Hill.
1986 wild card.
It's
But I'm gonna-
86. Okay, I said 85. Yeah, it was 86.
I'm going to give a
I
shout
know it
out
was
to
a
my boy
playoff
Dave
game.
Clemick, though. My boy Dave Clemick, who he's a strength trainer, speed trainer right here in South Jersey. He actually has video of him beating Tyreek Hill in a race. So that
What,
was
was
pretty
Tyreek
cool.
Hill
Wow.
crawling, or when was this?
No.
07?
Clemick is that fast. We'll have to find that video. I'll find that video and I'll send it over. I'll put it up there. But
All right.
But anyway, yeah. So
To
yeah,
this
the
day, Eric
speed.
Dickerson still can't believe he was ran down by
Is that what it
Hall of
says?
Famer Darrell Green. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to. I don't know. Are we allowed? I don't know. I don't know the rules here. Are you allowed to play that video or no?
Yeah, sure. If you could find it, we just
Bring
gotta
it
put
up.
there. Yeah.
Looks
Let our
like when,
producer go. Produce.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I can find it.
What was it last season when DK Metcalf ran down Buda Baker?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's 2 years ago.
That was insane.
Yeah.
So you've all heard the story about Bo Jackson. They say Bo Jackson ran a 4.240 on a hand timed 40-yard dash.
Wow.
He was a
4.2.
freak, man.
Yeah, that's
It was sad what happened to him. That was rough.
Watch that game live. I'll never forget watching that game live.
Yeah.
Guys, I did see a video in the chat. That, I don't know if you can.
I think you could just put it. You have to present or invite. I think you could put it up on the video, bring it up there, like stream it through that. There's a ways to do that. So while we're working on that, but
kind of new to all this.
that's fine. Hey,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's why we do it. We have a good time. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what's happening right now within the league. I mean, from what I'm understanding, what I'm seeing, it's just unbelievable. With the Eagles, and also, we all thought the Commanders were actually going to be the second best team, if not.
Carrie, you knocked that out.
We just lost Easy Ed.
I didn't touch him.
So what I was going to say was that everyone thought in the beginning of the year that the Eagles were going to be the class, and the Commanders were going to be right there with them. And here you go, it's 12 weeks into the season, the Commanders are falling apart a little bit. The Eagles are falling apart. Dallas is kind of building back up again. So
Yeah, and I will, and I don't know if we should wait for Ed to get back, but I could certainly fire and sound off, if you will, about the Commanders and sort of what happened, because I have a lot of theories, and they're not really even theories; they're just kind of, Ed, we got you back. You're back.
Oh,
Did I do that? I didn't do that.
Text me off. That's it.
I'm going to
Cut your salary in half. Forget it.
I'm assuming that was a question for me, Ed, right? About the Commanders?
Yeah. Yeah, so
All right,
basically, my question is what happened?
Well, I'll give you my honest take. I think, and this is coming, you got to remember, I'm a lifelong Commanders fan. My family's had season tickets. We don't have many longer. I've been a diehard since 78. I think last year was a bit of fool's gold.
Right.
We had the easiest schedule in the NFL, and everyone was, what does that mean? Well, as you know, you guys are smart guys. They take the worst teams and they give them the last place schedule, right? The best teams get the first place schedule. So the previous year we were pretty awful. We were 4-13 or whatever. So we had the easiest schedule. We had the rookie quarterback that no one had seen. The Commanders they won spot. I think it was 6 games last year in the final minute. So think about that. 6 games were won in the final minute. The team won 12 games in the regular season.
That was
They
last
lose
year,
all
right?
6. That was last year. They lose all 6. They're a 6-win team. They win half. They're a 9-win team. They won all of them. They're a 12-win team.
Right.
Okay. They also set the NFL record for most 4th down conversion percentages in a season. They were top 2 or 3 last year in the NFL in 3rd down conversions. Okay, I'm a baseball guy. I'm a baseball nerd. I love stats. That's like you saying a team that has the most comebacks when trailing after the 8th inning, that's not usually a stat that's going to translate well into postseason, because you're not going to be able to come back in the 8th inning. Coming back in the 8th inning in baseball in June is a whole hell of a lot different than doing that in October when you're facing the team's 2 or 3 best pitchers, right?
Yep.
So setting your third and fourth quarter, third and fourth down conversions, having an unbelievable success. And yes, it took skill to do that. They got a lot of luck, but teams make their luck. I get it. But that was a fluke year. The roster construction of the current Commanders team is awful. They're one of the oldest teams in the league. I think it seems as if, I don't want to say they've quit, but when they get down, guys, this team has lost 5 games by 20 points or more.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a team get shut out? Okay.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room is Jaden Daniels. Okay. He's played far worse in year 2 than year 1. We know that. So why? Well, let's talk about it. 5 injuries this year he has suffered. 5 injuries. Okay. What's the line, Ed? You played college football. Your best ability is what? Your availability.
Right.
And if you're not available, I don't give a crap how. Right. You're not doing any good to me if you're not available. Right. He's not durable enough to be there every game. And every time he scrambles and runs, I'm afraid he's going to get hurt.
But why? Why this year versus last year?
Because teams have figured out with Washington, they have Jaden last year was never on tape. This year he was on tape. Teams have game planned him. Your Eagles did phenomenal. The first game against Green Bay, I think it was week 3, I called my buddy, and I might have even said to Shark, I said, guys, I don't like what Green Bay has done against Jaden. They now have 2 linebackers waiting for him. They have figured out Jaden, and the Commanders did not adjust to the rest of the league figuring out Jaden.
Right.
And that's a coaching problem. Okay? They abandoned the shotgun. Abandoned the running game, and all they did was shotgun. The Commanders have no running game. He's going to beat you. Jaden is going to beat you. Don't let Jaden beat you. We can't run. Our receivers aren't very good. When they blitz, he has to scramble. We're going to have 2 linebackers waiting for you.
Yeah.
Why? It's a combination of things. Poor roster construction, abandoning the run, keeping him shotgun, teams figuring him out. The Commanders not making adjustments. The receiving core is a lot worse than last year. Look, do I think Jaden Daniels is, a Sam Darnold? I don't think Sam Darnold's all that great. Is he a terrible quarterback? No, but I don't think Jaden is the quarterback maybe we all thought he was 3 months ago.
Yeah, but what about the support? What about the offensive line? What about the running game?
With the offense, I mean, we have a couple of good offensive lines, but again, that's a roster construction problem. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go into a season, Ed, with 3 running backs that are third down running backs, and that's what Washington has done. What's the line? If you have 2 quarterbacks, it means you have none. If you have 3 starting running backs, you have none. Who's the Commander's starting running back that you're scared of as an Eagle or 49er fan?
None.
Right.
I thank you guys for Brian Robinson, though. He's been good for us.
I wasn't a huge fan of Brian. Is he doing okay? He's your backup.
He's doing good on we put him in on like a lot of situations. Yeah, short yardage. If we need like 2 to 3 yard gains to get a first down, he's going to get us like 5 or 6. He's a hard runner.
He's a hard runner, but that's all he's good for. 3 to 4 yards. Brian Robinson, I call my buddies and I had a thing. Last year, I used to call Brian Robinson the high school running back. Remember when you're at your high school games, you didn't know what the hell was going on, and the running back would somehow always gain 3 to 4 yards every carry? That's Brian Robinson.
Right.
Robinson. He never would break a 50-yarder. He can never break away from anyone, but he would get you 3 to 4 yards. But you can't have that as your starter in the NFL.
No, he's good for a 1-2 punch situation.
He's a great backup, but he's not a starter.
Yeah, he's your 2 punch, but you have no 1 punch.
Correct, and that's the Commanders.
Well, that's
our starter.
Well, that's what happened.
The Commanders is I'm sorry, Ed.
No,
my opinion on the Commanders is that Snyder had that team in a mess for years, and it seems like Adam Peters is still trying to clean up from that mess. I mean, last year was kind of like maybe a little bit of a honeymoon period for you guys with the new ownership.
Look, the team. I mean, I have a lot of friends in DC. I'm a DC guy. Fans in Washington, like you guys, you probably laugh when you would play the Commanders, and even the 49ers would play the Commanders. You all would come to our stadium and you'd have more fans. And guys, that's been going on for a decade, right? And it's not because Commander fans suck. It's because nobody on purpose goes to the games.
Yeah.
Because we have all I'm a nut football fan. I pretty much said to our mutual friend Ed, who you played football with at Maryland, his name's Doug. I said to Doug Charlin, I said, Doug, I will not watch this team as long as Daniel Snyder is the owner. And I made that promise about 3 years ago. He was a horrible human being. He was not a good person. He wouldn't let his employees look at him in the eye. Nobody could talk to him. He was weird. The sexual harassment and all that stuff that came out after was and then just the sideshow on the field was awful. Peters had a lot to clean up. Ron Rivera at the time when he came in was the right guy for the organization. But that 1985 coaching theory that Ron Rivera had, that's just not the way to be a coach anymore. Rivera was a terrible coach. I mean, Quinn seems like a good guy.
Remember, they did try to bring back Joe.
Well, he brought back Joe before Ron Rivera, but Gibbs was there for a couple of years, and they went to the playoffs, and then he kind of probably got sick of Snyder as well. Snyder was just insufferable to work for.
Right.
And
when did he buy his team in 1999? Right?
Who? Snyder? Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Yes, 1999, and then they bought I got Deion Sanders and Stubblefield and freaking Bruce Smith, and I mean it was a joke.
Yeah, I mean
Jeff George.
You guys went from like one of the best ownerships in the NFL to one of the worst.
To the worst. And by the way, we have
a name I haven't heard in forever.
We have the Commanders have the worst football stadium in the NFL, and it's not close. I
hate that stadium.
Disaster. What?
But Brian, I was there one time a couple of years ago with the Eagles staff, and of course they give the away team tickets. We're in the rafters. So we're literally 4 rows from the top of the stadium.
Yeah.
And you can't see a thing.
It's awful.
Horrible.
Stadium is awful. The services are bad. It's a pain in the ass to get to. The parking is awful. There's nothing good about that stadium. But I don't want to blame Snyder for that. I'm not going to blame this. The reason that stadium sucks actually goes back to the owner that was an awesome owner, who was Jack Kent Cook.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You guys know the story of that stadium?
No.
All right. So everyone, and I hate Snyder, I'm not defending him, but everyone bashes Snyder for that stadium. That stadium was built by Jack Kent Cook. And guy, look that up for me, one of you guys, because I don't remember. I want to say early to mid-90s maybe. Jack Kent Cook bought that stadium himself with no taxpayer money.
Oh, yeah.
And he put it in a crappy place because it was the cheapest to put there.
Yeah.
So the stadium was built, what year was it?
Brian, 1997.
97.
Okay, so mid-90s. That's kind of early to mid-90s.
Yep.
It was open in 97. That was a Jack Kent Cook stadium. And it was actually, I believe, called Jack Kent Cook Stadium in the beginning. And then it was in the city of Raljon, which were the name of his 2 sons. How about this with my Commander's knowledge? And look it up. Raljon, Maryland. Does it say Raljon? Go ahead, Raljon.
It has his Landover.
Well, now it's Landover, but it was he made up a name.
I was looking it up on my.
It was an unincorporated city when they bought it, and he named Raljon after his son. Now, Jack Kent Cook kind of went out with a whimper. He could have freaking given the team to his family, and that was a whole other big thing in D.C. that pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, yeah.
He left it to his son, and he didn't. There was a lot of, again, it was 20, 30 years ago. There was a lot of back and forth. Did his son want it? His son wanted it. Then he could make money, but then they sold it to the idiot Snyder. But Jack Kent Cook toward the end wasn't exactly the guy on the white horse everyone thought, because that stadium sucked. It sucked the day it was built.
Yeah.
I mean, it leaked the first game. You can Google it. The first game, forget the toilets. Remember the toilets like 3 years ago when the toilets freaking flooded in the fans on their heads in the
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, the first game, my my sister Robin, W. Robin in the chat. My sister
W.
Robin.
What's in the chat?
No, I'm kidding. She got us. She put our family on the season ticket waiting list in the 80s. We got tickets to the Redskins at the time, then Commanders. When they moved into the new stadium, we had it the last 2 years of RFK, and then we got it when the new stadium. Dude, the first game I ever went to at the new stadium, at Jack Kent Cook Stadium, the season I opened in 97, freaking rained on my head the whole game. We were down in the set, we were underneath the cover, and it rained. The stadium leaked the first ever game there. It was awful.
Can't forget about the cheerleaders' locker room too either. And they have holes in their locker room or something.
Oh, they had a lot of things going on.
The holes look like there's cameras in them.
Aren't they supposed to be building a new stadium though?
Yeah, thank God. They just approved, the city council approved to build at the old site of the RFK, which it should be. I mean, it's, we joke. Everyone talks to the Giant. I live in Albany, New York now, huge Giants, Jets territory, about 2.5 hours north of New York City. Everyone jokes that Giants and the Jets play in New Jersey, Ed, you know this, but it's across the river from New York City, across the Hudson. But there's a lot of NFL teams that don't play in the cities that they represent.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, the Eagles do, but like, do your 49ers play in San Francisco? No.
No, they're an hour and a half away, just about, in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
The hardest time that I have right now with your ownership today is the fact that Joshua Harris has an ownership in the Commanders, but also my beloved Philadelphia 76ers, and
he's
also
the Devils
the Devils.
owner.
The Devils.
There's something not right with that, because you have to have loyalty. Now, I know that he's a big Commanders fan growing up down there. I just wish he would sell the team to the Six or somebody in Philly. That would make more sense. That would make me happier.
I'll tell you, Ed, here's the thing, Eddie. The problem with that is you need to have a viable owner. So if you remember a couple of years ago, the Orioles were owned by, I can't remember the guy's name. He was the Greek fellow who was
Peter Angelos.
Yes,
Angelos.
And he was a big Baltimore
fan,
guy.
So you're giving me some PTSD now, bringing up Snyder and Angelos in the same conversation.
and he was terrible.
That's why we did that.
But he was a Baltimore guy. He was all about
horrible human being.
He was a Baltimore guy and all about Baltimore Orioles, and that team was terrible for 15 years straight because of him.
Yeah.
Well, he was
I'll
also
give you really PTSD. I'll say Art Modell.
He was also very sick, and he was pretty much not allowed to be in public for the last, 5 to 10 years of his life. And his sons owned the team, and they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
I love the new Oriole owner now, Rubenstein. Obviously, that's a different conversation, but I like Harris as an owner, guys. But Adam Peters has whiffed on a lot. His last two drafts, he's whiffed on a lot of picks, and that's not really, it's undeniable.
I mean, he's not the first owner to own multiple teams.
No.
Ed Snyder owned the Sixers and the Flyers. Jerry Reinsdorf owned the Bulls and the
right.
I mean, I
White
can kind
Sox.
of understand though if they're in the same city and they're sharing the same stadium and all
I don't
that.
have
That's
a problem with that.
understandable. I just don't like the fact that Josh Harris.
It's a new world. It's a new world. There's no longer family ownership because financially you can't afford $50 billion for a team.
And the thing is, guys, you got to remember, like Harris is the owner, I guess he's the majority owner, but the Commanders have like 27 minority owners that have.
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
I don't mean minority that they're I mean minority that they're not
like,
the majority.
No, I
understand.
They own small stakes in the whole thing.
Small stakes in the team, and I don't know a lot about Devils hockey, but I can't imagine he's the only one. There's got to be 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 names. Yeah, it is kind of odd, but they're not in this. They allow it because they're not in the same sport, though. I mean, look, Ed, you're talking about common sense and ethics. How an ownership group could let Daniel Snyder continue on after all the crap he pulled the last few years. These guys don't have morals, so
exactly. Unless it serves their needs.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's all about money. I mean, plus these guys are unfathomable rich.
Exactly.
Right? We talked about how fast and big NFL players are. Name the richest human being you ever met physically in your life, then multiply that by 200. That's what an NFL owner has.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, Joshua Harris will spend money. I mean, he spends money on the Sixers. He spends money for the Devils. He spends money on the Commanders. Excuse me. He will spend the money, but again, like they said, I just like the fact that he has no. Like again, he will with the Redskins or with the Commanders because he's local, but there's no loyalty. The people don't look at him and go, "He's one of us."
Yeah,
he's not He's not in North Jersey, New York.
He's
Devils guy.
Yeah, you guys in Philly would have more of a problem than I do in Washington because he's from DC and he grew up a Commanders fan. Whereas with your deal with your Sixers, like I don't know what his connection to Philly is. Does he live there?
No.
Do you know?
No,
he doesn't. He commutes for the games.
So I know he lives in, and he has to have a house there, I'm sure. But you're right, his roots are in the DC area, not in Philly.
Yeah.
He was kind of a hands-on owner at first with the Sixers, and then he kind of stopped being that way when he bought the Devils. Seemed like to me.
Well, he brought
no, the other way around. He did the Devils first.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay, then I was wrong.
Well, when he had he had the Sixers.
Maybe he just gave up on the Sixers.
They were very wretched, and then Embiid had those really good years, and now they signed into that deal, and now Embiid can't ever stay healthy. It's very odd.
Well, they tried the process thing.
Yeah, trust the process.
Yeah, which was not good.
Ben Simmons really.
I don't understand. Where was the common sense? He's like the land of misfit toys. We have this great guard that doesn't shoot. I'm like, really?
Doesn't practice.
Wait, and the best part about it was his something out of college. That was his hang up. Was everyone said he doesn't shoot the ball, and Josh Harrison says no, that's who I want. He made them draft him.
But what's crazy, guys? Like I was talking to maybe like 6 months ago. I was talking to a guy at the gym about this. Not at the basketball gym, but at the weight gym. We were talking about Ben Simmons. Like, could you imagine? You have and again, unfathomable talent, right? Ben Simmons is still an amazing basketball player, even though we can make fun of him that he can't shoot a 10-foot jumper. Right. But he can do everything but shoot. Like if you're Ben Simmons or you are Ed, you probably worked out with trainers and stuff and coaches in your day, and you're in Ben Simmons' ear. Wouldn't you in the off season hire a freaking shooting coach? And you could be.
They tried.
Think about what Ben
did. He hired his brother, or brother-in-law, or somebody.
But do it the right way. And Ben Simmons, you could become a $60 million, the first $60 million a year player had you had all of these amazing tools, and you've been it's just mind-boggling how someone could throw it all away like that.
Well,
I think it's more of a work ethic thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's a work ethic thing, Ben. You got it. It's a complete work ethic.
Well, the fact that
too many yes men. Not hungry, right?
Yeah.
Just think of that.
I mean, someone needed to set him down and tell him he needed to shoot the basketball. Even if he missed, it would still open up the offense. I mean, he had such a great feel for the game, passing wise, defense. It was so disappointing. He's one of the most disappointing Sixers of all time to me.
The thing is, if you're not a big man in basketball, you have no excuse not to be able to shoot a basket.
Right.
I mean, if you're like Yao Ming, Shaquille O'Neal, you get a pass because they hog the paint and, they score up close.
Well, it was the
But-
crazy thing is they would show all these videos. I think the Sixers were kind of leaking them online of him in the off season in the gym playing against a bunch of YMCA guys, and he's shooting threes left and right, and it was
Yeah.
just ridiculous. The whole Ben Simmons era was just. I was kind of glad when he was traded.
The problem with him was, I mean, they offered him the tools. Herb McGee, a Hall of Fame coach, who was a great shooting coach, offered to help him out. And it wasn't anything besides the fact that he didn't want to do it.
Right.
So he
That-
Can't
and there
help people
lies
that
the
don't want to
problem.
help themselves either.
he got his paycheck.
He's in Australia now, guys.
Yeah.
You know how
They can
old
have
he
him.
is?
Well,
Guys, guess how old
32.
he is.
32.
28.
28. Lumpy said 28. Big Ed, you said 32.
Yeah.
He's like
He's
26.
freaking
isn't he?
29 only.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he should be in the prime of his career for the last
Right,
2 years
that's
and the
right.
next 3 years.
Crazy. All right, so I want to ask you guys because we've talked about the Commanders. I want to ask, and I watch your Eagles, and I watch them all season long, and I
Right.
look at that team. I can tell you what happened to my Commanders. We
Did
were
you throw up when you watched it?
Yeah.
I don't understand what the hell's wrong with your team. I
Wow.
love your defense.
Listen.
I like your head coach. Your personnel is freaking really good. How the hell do you not win?
It's because of the attitude. I hate to say it, but they go in, they're not playing as a team. Right now, their offensive line is hurt. They're not getting, like, before, their bread and butter last year was offensive line play, getting a yard and a half off the ball, and then being able to, Saquon would take one step and go. Right now, they're getting to Saquon before he could even take that step.
Mhm.
Tyler Steen is standing up in a 2-point stance. They're going no snap count. I mean, there's a lot of things here that they don't get under the center. I don't understand it. Jalen Hurts has been,
Jalen Hurts has not been good.
no, he hasn't. So but the thing
He's
is,
been terrible.
And I don't mean the Charger game. I'm talking. I don't think
No,
he's
across
been
the board.
very good. He played good against the Giants, right, and the Vikings, but he's not. I mean, his last 3 games, obviously the losses, he wasn't very good. But it just, you're right. It seems like an attitude thing or something. But there's no reason you guys should be better than 8-5.
they built this team to be a strong team, not one player or 2 players. They built this team around balance, offense, defense, running the football, good offensive line play, and have a quarterback that can deliver, be able to deliver serviceable. And it doesn't have to be like Tom Brady, but they have to be good or good enough to be able to distribute the ball. And he has not been that this year. And if you look at it, he's very one-dimensional. In every game, it's either, okay, today we're game planning for A.J. Brown. Okay, we're game planning for Dallas Goedert. Oh, today we're game planning for Barkley. You have all these weapons. Use them. They don't use them.
Yeah, I could put a lot of that blame on Petullo.
No, that's a portion. Everyone blames Petullo.
I'm not putting all the blame on Petullo. I'm putting a lot of the blame on Petullo. I mean,
So people say he's a terrible coach. I'll tell you, any
Give him
coach
a
is
chance to
there
explain
for
why,
a
though,
reason. Sorry,
Well, give him a chance to explain why. Why are you putting that blame on Petullo, Kerry?
because the play calling has just been terrible all season long. It's obvious compared to last year. Look at the play calling.
so
Listen,
I hear
I'm
you
not
with that.
knocking Petullo.
Listen,
He's not an experienced play caller. He's just not.
Terry, every
Guys,
team.
Go ahead.
Good, Brian.
No, you go, Lumpy, because I'm going to give you my take too.
Every team should be able to tell the defense, "Here's a plan we're going to run," and they should be able to run it for positive yards because you're running your play. I have a hard time with not the play calling, with the play design. I think a lot of times where the 2 receivers in the same area, there's no design behind. There's no.
Isn't that on him?
Yes and no, because I don't think they're running his offense. I still think they're running and pushing Sirianni's offense.
Yeah, but he's a part of that. That's the
He is.
coordinator.
He is. I mean, he's a portion of that, but and I think a lot of it goes back to 2 years ago when they were saying how they were making up their own plays in the huddle. AJ and You know,
Playground football.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson. Yeah, I remember that. I thought Kellen Moore was a good offensive coordinator, man.
he was.
He was a good play caller. He was an experienced play caller. I wish he would have stayed with the Eagles for at least one more season, because then he would have had his pick of the litter of all the teams instead of ending up in New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah.
But
he had Spencer Rattler looking pretty good for a little bit.
I mean,
again,
you guys watch the Eagles far more than I do, but what I've seen from your team is Saquon Barkley's fall off has been, and again, whether that's play calling, but I mean, how many times I watched him a lot when he played for the Giants, being up here in New York, and I can't tell when he was on the Giants, there was very rarely a time where he would get the ball and be tackled for a 2-yard loss. I've seen that more this year than I have seen in the previous. What was he with the Giants for 5 years, 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
I have seen
I think
that.
A lot of it is the play design.
It's just he gets the ball and he goes nowhere, and you can't tell me the Giants' offensive line is better than the Eagles right now.
No.
I mean, last year was unbelievable. It was actually people around here in New York, Giants fans were like all kicking themselves. And I tried telling them, well, don't feel bad. He would have never done this good with your team, with your quarterback and your line and your coaches. He was in a great system last year, but the fall off from Barkley, even I think more than Hurts from my perspective, has been, running backs, right? You always say they hit that 30-year, they hit their 30th year and they turn into a different player.
Yeah.
I mean, is that Saquon? He's 28 years old. He's 28 years old.
Yard run the other night.
But he's had. If you look at his stats,
obviously he's going to be worn down after a 2,000-yard season.
No, I'm talking about takeaway guys. He's had 2 100-yard games. Yeah. He had the Chargers game and he had the Giants game. But in those 2 games where he had 100 yards, he had a 50-yard run and almost a 70-yard run.
Right. But why?
Take away those 2 games, those 2 runs.
I'm looking at the play design on his runs.
Those are horrible stats.
It's not the call. It's not so much the call as the way they have them set up. When he says, we're talking about play design, I'm talking about their sets. You look, as an offensive lineman, the worst thing you can do in run block, I hate to say it, I hated blocking out of a 2-point stance. I mean, these guys are strong enough. You're basically boxing the guys off. And you're trying to jam a guy, or they're trying to run the ball up the middle, and they're going in a 2-point stance. Tyler Steen's looking behind himself, looking at the quarterback, waiting to get the snap count, and then turns around, slaps the tackle on his hip, and then says, "Let's go." Or the center. It's center. I'm sorry. He slaps the center on. To me, that's stupid. Here, the thing is, you're trying to run the football. You got to get down and be ready and get set. He turns around and slaps the guy and then goes. He's already he's at a disadvantage right there. He's getting, and he's the weakest one. If you're going to have one of them do it, have Landon Dickerson do it, because he's a hell of a lot stronger than Tyler Steen. And I don't understand it. I'm not the coach.
That would be on Stoutland, really.
Whether Stoutland or Patullo, either one. I mean, look, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. And I'm sitting back looking at this. What Kellen Moore did last year was he put Hurts in positions to make him win, same way that he did 2 years ago, to put an offense together that actually maximized his effectiveness. You try to make Jalen be a 3-step, 5-step drop. He reads his first 2 reads, then he gets happy feet. I don't care who says what. That's the truth. If you watch the film, you can't miss it. Sorry. I mean, you watch the film, first read, second read, then the third, then he gets nervous. Even though he has enough time to stand up and step up, he starts going, happy feet time. And I've seen that. But they should do stuff like check ball hot, get the ball out to Saquon. There's so many things that they can do that I'm befuddled. As a former high school coach, who the hell am I? Right? But you see these things and you're like, what is going on with this team? How are you guys not seeing it? There has to be something else there.
I think they should implement more motion in their pre-snap stuff, but do it with a purpose though. Do it to where you can move a linebacker away from the A gap. If you plan on running it up through there.
I agree. Look what the Bears did.
The Eagles and Chargers game, okay? They did a little bit of it, not a lot.
Right.
But that was one of Saquon's best performances all season.
Right.
Final drive into overtime game. Okay, they didn't run the ball. They put the game back in Hurts' hands for whatever reason. I don't know what Sirianni and Patullo were thinking. I was like, go with your hot hand, and that's Saquon. I believe the Eagles would have won that game if they'd have ran the ball because they were moving a little bit, but if they would have ran the ball, they probably would have scored a touchdown to win that game.
Easy.
Guys,
And
Saquon has had 4 games this year where he's had 20 or more carries.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It's crazy.
4.
And the carries
And-
he is getting are just like
And guess
these
what?
little inside handoffs where the guards are just failing where the guards are
Guys,
missing their blocks, and it's just bad.
4 games he's had 20 or more carries. The Giants have won 3 of those games. What's that tell you? Give him the damn ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Like,
what I
this
said.
isn't rocket science. You know, I
It's
always
not.
used to say with football, Ed, you obviously played a different level and things of that nature, but there aren't a lot of football coaches that went to Harvard. Okay. This is not a very complicated
No.
game when you break it down. It's
not.
not.
It's not. But you have to maximize what they're giving. You got to take your players' strengths and
Of course.
use them. But they have. This is where it goes back to the mindset. It's the same thing years ago. What they tried to do with Randall Cunningham. Same thing. What they tried. They needed to create a system for him, and it's like, no, let the guy be him. Lean into their strengths. It makes no sense whatsoever to try to take that away from a player that actually has shown, and he feels better. I could look. Hurts is not very demonstrative with his emotion, but you could tell the guy's depressed out there or feeling down or something like that.
I see it. I see it as an outsider.
Yeah,
I see it as I'm not an Eagles fan, and I'm like, this guy's a mess.
yeah.
Right?
He's like he's feeling down. He's feeling depressed. He's upset. He's frustrated. And they have to find a way. And as soon as things start to snowball. When good things happen, things start to snowball.
It's going to start killing the defense pretty soon. Like, remember a couple weeks ago, I said how the defense was playoff ready.
Yeah.
Well, if the defense keeps staying on the field the way they are, if the offense keeps going 3 and out, drive after drive,
Yeah.
the Eagles in the last 3 games have played 235 snaps. That's 4 games worth of snaps in 3 games.
That's crazy.
Defensive snaps.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The average NFL snap count defense is around like 55 to 60. The Eagles in the last 3 games was 74 against the Cowboys, 87 against the Bears, and 74 against the Chargers. They're not gonna be able to sustain that. There's no way.
They can't.
I mean, the schedule lightens up a little bit over the next 4 games. I'm no disrespect to the Commanders, but we'll see what happens.
I'll be honest. You think the Commanders are just going to roll over?
No,
I
don't
the Raiders
think so
are going
at
to roll
all.
over.
I don't think so at all. No.
No, that's their Super Bowl.
I
guys.
don't. That's funny that you bring that up because that's in 2 weeks, and then we play you guys. I think the last game of the season. So
Right.
the next 4 weeks. You're not going to have. You probably won't be seeing Jaden in those games. I don't know that he's going to play. He's not playing against the Giants. I don't know that he's going to play the last game of the. It's the last game of the year, right? Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man. I look at your team without getting deep into the woods here. I look at your team and I look at your roster and I go, how is this team not better than your current record? And how have you not run away with this division?
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I am, now I'm to the point, I'm obviously a Commanders fan, but now I'm to the point where I just want us to have good draft picks because we don't have a lot of picks next year. So I want our pick to be very high in the first round. Now, again, we go back to Jaden Daniels. I am not one of these guys that thinks Jaden stinks, but I don't know that I have enough data on Jaden Daniels to call him a savior. A year ago, I was saying he was a top 5 NFL quarterback. Today, I'm not saying that.
Right.
When you've missed, you've been injured 5 times and you've missed multiple games now and 2 seasons in a row. I'm questioning your durability, and I don't know if it's his height and weight. Everyone says he's a little slender. I mean, how big is Hurts, by the way? What's his weight?
So he's like 6'1", 205, is that what he is, or 250?
No, he's
He's
got to
like-
be heavier
he's
than that.
like-
Isn't
He's
he?
like over 215.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
a
because
big dude.
Jaden.
He's solid.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
quads
everyone's
alone,
talking
man.
about why does Jaden get hurt? I mean, Jaden is 6'4", and I think he might weigh 220. So is that I mean, he's not. Josh Allen is like a freak of nature.
Yeah, Hurts is
know,
223.
Jalen, he's built like a
Jaden-
running back.
Jaden Daniels is 6'4", he's 6'4", 210.
Randy Moss,
How'd
basically.
you say how tall is Hurts? 6'1"?
Like 6'1" and a half, yeah.
And
That's
so he's bigger.
He's listed at 6'1".
So
That's-
Jaden
yeah,
is
pretty-
taller than Hurts, but Hurts weighs more. So Jaden is obviously thinner than Hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Jaden's body type. I don't know if it's Jaden's play style in terms of recklessness, but his game has to change. But I feel like Jaden this year is really, since he hurt his rib last year against Carolina,
Yeah.
obviously he let it all fly in the rest of the season. But this season he's been a very different quarterback, and I don't know
He's
what
built-
it is.
He's built like
Yeah.
Todd Pinkston.
Sophomore slump.
That's what a lot of people
So-
say.
So you Commanders fans, are you guys trading Jaden Daniels for Jack Daniels now?
Yeah, I'm not a drinker, but Jack
Yeah.
Daniels. If I were,
I was
I
gonna
would
say.
have. That would have been a 30-year habit, buddy.
Yeah.
Brian, you think maybe the
I know.
Commanders should have maybe last year, or maybe even this year, say drafted, like, remember last time when they drafted RG3, they drafted Kirk Cousins in the same
Yeah.
draft.
Kirk Cousins killed
think-
the Eagles.
You think maybe the Commanders go after a rookie quarterback, maybe in the third
You mean
or fourth round?
No.
No,
Because
the
we did
problem
actually.
is-
That's why we drafted Jalen Hurts, because
Mm.
Carson Wentz was so injury prone.
They need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
give
But Carson
McLaurin
Wentz is
help.
also a lot older than Jaden.
Yeah.
Jaden is this is only his second year. I think if there's in Washington, there's like two camps. There's the ride with Jaden because he got us to the NFC Championship game for
Yeah.
the first time in 40 years. And there's the you're only as good as your availability on the field. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
He is a very talented quarterback when he's healthy, but he's not if he's not healthy and if he's not on the field, I don't care how talented he is. But if they go in a different direction, first of all, the Commanders don't have a ton of draft picks coming up. But if they go into a different direction, they'll be like a riot in the city at this point. You can't give up on them after a year and a half, but holy crap.
Yeah.
The NFL is you can't wait. All right. This isn't the NFL when we grew up, Ed, where you had the backup quarterback, Steve Young sat on the bench for 4 years behind Montana.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Well, speaking of backup quarterback, that's the one thing that a lot of Eagles fans are calling for. They're talking about playing McKee over Hurts. So do you bring in Tanner McKee if he keeps throwing these interceptions? If he has a bad game this week,
No.
what do you do?
I would not. I'm again not an Eagles fan, and I don't think you bring. He's not better than Hurts. The guy won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, so did we won with the backup before.
If he was better than
Yeah,
Jalen
but-
Hurts, he won
You
the
went
job.
with
in
a
the
backup
game.
because your starter was hurt.
Right. So I'm just asking. I'm throwing it out
But
there, playing
It's
devil's
not going to
advocate.
happen. I mean, it's not going to happen. But to me, benching Hurts would set a bad
Precedent.
Well-
bad precedent, because you that's putting the blame solely on Hurts and not
All right,
any
but
on
let me
like,
ask you this:
AJ
Let me
Brown
ask
for
you
dropping
this.
passes, and these guys for not blocking. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
That's bad.
All right.
precedent.
Well, you know what, Ed brings up a good point. Let me ask
What's
you
that?
this:
Yeah.
let's look at your schedule real quick.
Okay.
You've lost 3 in a row. The Dallas loss was inexcusable,
Yeah.
right? What were you up 3 touchdowns in that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, 21-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
You
that
lost
was
to the
frustrating.
Bears in the okay. If you lose to Vegas and Washington, if you lose to Vegas and you're trailing against Washington at Washington when we're playing for nothing, they're going to be whispers, boys.
Yeah,
More
Well,
than,
they
more than
already
whispers.
I
are
don't think there's
whispers.
gonna be whispers. They're gonna
they're
be
not
singing
going to
from
be
the heavens.
whispers. They're not going to be
Listen.
whispers when it comes to Eagles fans.
No,
It's already been non-whispers. People already been calling for it all week on the radio.
If
Yeah,
you
I
don't
think it's
beat
brilliant.
Vegas, you guys, if you can't beat Vegas and why, if you guys, I'm looking at your schedule and holy crap, other than Buffalo, you guys need to go 3-1. If you
Absolutely.
guys
And
don't
here-
go 3-1, you have a problem.
Yeah,
what do you think
Exactly.
about this? Do you think Jalen Hurts has a hard time seeing over his offensive line since they're trying to
I
make
do.
him throw out of the pocket more? Because believe it or not, Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy are the same exact size, height, and weight. Purdy has admitted that he has a hard time seeing over his offensive line. That's why he rolls out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was
He
always
said- he
Brees'
said-
problem.
Like Purdy said, 65% of his throws are blind.
Well,
He
that's
just-
the thing.
I can't believe he would say that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's kind
Yeah,
of dumb.
he
would
said
say
that. He admitted it. Like I
I
was
mean,
surprised.
guess what? If I'm the defensive line coach for 49er opponents, I'm telling my defensive line coach, keep your hands up.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
well, a lot
I
of
mean,
his
you just
passes
gave
do
away
get
your
batted
ammo
down.
for the freaking opponent.
Yeah,
Have
well, his
Jordan Davis
passes.
stand there like this just the whole
Yeah,
time.
well, most of his interceptions come from like batted balls.
Yeah.
A lot of his interceptions come from that, and that's the thing.
I
I
don't-
think that's what the Eagles were. I think that's where Hurts is struggling a little bit. They're trying to make him into a pocket quarterback. He doesn't have the height for that.
So the
I mean,
big
he-
difference with the Eagles, right? Look, correct me if I'm wrong, is you lost your offensive coordinator.
Both
Right.
coordinators.
Yeah.
Sirianni's
Well, now your in terms of
coordinator
your
defended.
offense, you lost your offensive coordinator
Yeah.
was in New
It's
Orleans.
just like it's
Yeah.
just
Which the
Hurts is like
Cowboys' former
one.
coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the big change this year, just from your offense, is your
Plus
is your
a few
coordinator.
injuries. Plus
Yeah.
you
Right,
lost,
but your biggest change
Mekhi-
is your
Mekhi
coordinator.
Becton was a pretty big loss. Seems like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, losing Lane Johnson for a while, that's hurting you guys as well. Pass and run game. I mean, if we lost Trent Williams, I think our offense would be screwed.
Yeah, and Jordan Davis isn't
Mhm.
playing, or Jordan Mailata is not.
Playing poorly.
No, he was. Oh, he had a sloppy game against the
He
Chargers.
he went from last year as the top-rated NFL PFF player in the league to like not even in the top 20 or right now.
Yeah.
Look, I know
Well,
it's just fantasy football, but they're actually saying some of the Eagles' offensive players, they are actually saying sit them for this week.
Yeah. Well, I look
a
at
lot
a
of-
guy like
not against
No.
Vegas. I'm not sitting them.
no. Here's the thing about Mulata. If you watch once again, watch Hurts, right? First read, right. Second read, middle. Third read. As soon as he starts looking left, he can't. I don't think he can see over Mulata. Number one.
No,
How many balls
Yeah.
go to the left? I would like to run that stat and see how many actually go to the left. Because
I mean,
he's
he's-
right.
you're 6'1", you do a 3-step drop, you still got guys at 6'5" and above in front of you.
Right.
You know,
He's like a 6'9" quarterback to see over.
Tanner McKee's what,
offensive
6'6"?
Well, yeah, but it's not even that. It's the design of the run. When
Yeah,
Hurts
of
get out in
course.
space, he would actually be
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, when he
Cowboys put him
runs,
out in
yeah,
space.
when he rolls out, he plays better. Actually,
Guys, big news out of Raiders camp. Looks like you're going to face your former quarterback.
Yeah, Kenny.
Yeah, that's
Pickett.
in my notes.
Pickett.
Kenny
Pickett, yeah.
Pickett is going to start. And boy, speaking of disappointments, Geno Smith this year. I mean,
I knew that
anyone
was
it's
coming.
the black hole when you go to the Raiders, right? Everyone sucks when you go there. What a terrible. Can we talk about the Raiders for a minute and everything Vegas?
Oh yeah.
What
Career's
a-
going to die.
I want to keep this family. I'm not going to cuss here, but what a poop show that city is for their sports teams.
Oh, big time.
I mean, except
oh, and they're
their
about to get
hockey
the
team.
A's. Imagine
I
what
mean-
they're going to do with the Las Vegas
mean-
Athletics.
And baseball should be ashamed of themselves, given the A's. The A's were a joke of an organization in Oakland. They didn't. They were a real. They had the worst. Now, Commanders have the worst NFL stadium.
That
the
stadium
Oakland
is
A's
horrible.
had the worst stadium in sports.
Yeah.
You ever been there? I've been there.
I've been by it. I've never been inside of it, but I've been by it. Just outside looking in.
40 years ago. I was there 40 years ago, guys. 40 years ago.
Right.
For a baseball game, it was awful then. But yeah, it's but the Raiders, man, the Raiders are just a joke. Their organization sucks. Their coach sucks. Everything there is bad. And I don't know what in their baseball team. I mean, they're not going to have they're a nomad in baseball for 3 years. That stadium's not going to be ready for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
I just want to know what is up with that owner's haircut, man.
The Raiders owner?
That dude. Yeah.
Well, Davis, yeah.
Yeah.
You see his 5-year-old kid. You see his latest love interest, a 5-year-old kid from 78, by the way, not a 5-year-old kid today. He's got like a 1978 kid haircut.
He looks like that little boy on Shrek. Do the roar.
But he's a billionaire, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I guess when you got that kind of money, do whatever you want and not worry about it.
So let me ask you guys, real quick on this. Lump. Are you prepared to do a lunch with Lump, or do we?
I did not do a lunch this week. I did one already. I did Joe's.
Okay, you did Joe's. Okay,
yeah.
So next week, be ready to
next
do your
Tuesday.
lunch with Lump.
Next Tuesday, we're gonna do Gus's for next week.
So Brian, you gotta check in for that. What up in Albany? What are you guys famous for up there? What's your food?
Oh, our food.
Crabs,
I'm not a native. I mean, I have lived here now 20 years. But I'm not like a native to Albany.
I mean, you guys aren't. How far from Buffalo?
Oh, we're 5 hours from Buffalo. That's
so you can't even claim a wing.
Ed, I need to buy you a map, Ed.
Huh?
No,
I need to buy you a map.
I was just asking him. I was saying if you knew the answer, Lump. Shut up.
We're 2.5. We're 2.5 hours from New York City.
Okay.
We're north. Right.
So
we're the state capital of New York, guys.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's like, what's your guys' favorite food? Like, if you're going to an Albany restaurant, a staple. Like, you go to Philly, you got cheesesteaks, we got pretzels,
right? I mean,
we got hoagies, we got Wawa.
We're like, we love pizza here in Albany, right?
Fugazi pizza. I mean, what? You guys don't have like a thing?
But the Italian cuisine, awesome.
but you can get Italian cuisine anywhere, right?
It depends.
Yeah, but it depends who makes it, though.
Yeah, if you go to like down to no disrespect, but you go like to maybe I don't know somewhere in the south versus coming up to the northeast and trying Italian food, it's like a big difference.
Yeah, I've eaten it. I got a restaurant, the town next over from me. It's called Taste.
Yeah,
man, it tastes so. Man, they live up to the name. It's so good. They make Olive Garden taste like the McDonald's of Italian restaurants.
But Olive Garden is
a McDonald's.
I mean, that is. Are you kidding me with this?
You went Olive Garden. He's like,
wait. Who just said that? Ben, did you just say that?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Though, come on.
I'm saying that because my mother's full-blooded Italian, and she uses old family like recipes from the boot. So I'm a bit of an Italian food snob.
Yeah, but Olive Garden.
I love me some Rayo sauce, man.
Yeah,
but Olive Garden, I could go to freaking McDonald's and get better Italian food than I can.
Speaking of McDonald's, it'd be like going down south. Be like, I just had a McRib, and it was just as good as like the rib house down there. Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm just saying, when the McRib came back down here in Mississippi, I don't hardly see any possums or raccoons roaming around anymore.
Yeah, you said that, not me.
I'm going to answer your question, Ed, about food in Albany, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So Albany is known for, and I hate hot dogs. So that's I used to do on my ESPN radio show in Albany, I would do a whole segment about hot dogs. I'm probably the only sports fan in America that I can't stand the look of hot dogs, the smell of them. If you put mustard in my face, I'll dry heave. I hate mustard. I hate hot dogs. And if you knew how a hot dog was made, you too would hate them. Okay?
It's like Scrapple. You know what it is, but you still do it anyway.
Scrapple, man.
Steamed cheeseburgers we're known for. We're known for fish fry.
What's a steamed cheeseburger?
It's like it's not grilled, it's steamed.
It's steamed.
That don't sound right.
Steamed
it's
cooked.
Really good. It's
They're
really
probably
good.
Hey,
probably
listen,
about the most
I'm
moist
not
hamburger
gonna
you
eat
can
until I
eat.
try it.
Cider donuts.
Oh, I
And
like
you
a
know what
cider.
really,
Oh,
it really is like big, and I'm not like a big, but like craft beer is like really big around here.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
yeah,
Is that like that's big everywhere, isn't
That's
it?
big
yeah,
down
it's
here
big
too.
down here too.
yeah, but craft beer, that whole big kick started up in the Northeast, in that New Hampshire,
did.
Vermont area,
Yes,
which
and
links
where we
into
live.
your upstate.
Yes,
Is that like beer
you're
from
right.
like a microbrewery or something?
Yeah,
There's a
Okay, we got one in Atlantic
microbreweries.
City.
Like
Hey,
Sam
where do you
Adams.
live, Flying Hawaiian?
I live in South Jersey, about halfway between Philly and Atlantic City. Half hour each way.
My family and I vacation every year in Atlantic City, guys. I kid you
Nice.
not.
Yeah, I lived in
We
Atlantic
stay.
City
We
I
for
saw you in
we
Wildwood
stay.
a long
last year.
time.
I would. Yeah, I stay at. We stay Hard Rock or Oceans, and
Oh,
then
the
we go
Ocean's
to
a good one.
Yeah, Hard
love to
Rock
go
is my
there.
favorite casino.
we
Yeah,
go to
they're both good.
Wildwood. We go to Wildwood. We go to Ocean City. I
Yeah.
love the
Okay.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, we go to
So that's the
Wildwood.
Eagles. That's like your hood, right? That's where
Yeah.
you guys hang out. In
Yeah.
Philly.
Yeah, Jersey Shore.
So Brian,
Yeah.
there's a bar down in Sea Isle City that Jason Kelsey starts doing a probably about 8 years ago, or six years ago, I guess bartending gig, and then it grew every year. Now they do a whole weekend, and it's a big fundraiser for the Eagles Autism Foundation, and they have now that like this past year they had like Olympic Games between players on the bay. It's just a crazy weekend, but
Yeah.
they're all
The
Jersey
Sixers
Shore
have a
guys now.
big thing in Wildwood too.
Yeah, they're all
every
Jersey
year.
Shore
Now,
guys
how
now.
far is Jersey Shore from Philly?
Oh, you're talking about like that TV
An
show?
hour? No,
Yeah,
no.
about
Like
an hour.
like
Atlantic
Oh,
Atlantic
City's
like
about
where
an hour
you're
from
an
Philly,
hour and
an hour
hour.
and 15 minutes.
Wildwood's about an hour and 45 minutes. But
Yeah,
Okay.
Wildwood's
So
further down south.
So Philadelphia, Brian, goes straight across to Atlantic City, and about 45 minutes south is Wildwood, Cape May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cape
because-
May, we also went there to watch the sunset, right?
Oh yeah,
And
Cape
Yeah,
May.
and
yeah.
golf
Gotta give
watch.
me a buzz, buddy. We're
it
right
goes-
down.
It
Right
goes
down
Road
that
trip.
way.
City, Ocean City, Sea Isle.
We're road tripping this summer
Avalon,
then.
Wildwood.
Road tripping, Jude.
So, Brian, when you're in town this summer, let us know. There's a great place for sandwiches down in Atlantic City called the White House.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, Atlantic City gets a bad rap, but I don't know, man. I like it. And I'm not like a huge gambler either, but my family and I, we love going like my son and I go on the ocean for hours. It is like a
Yeah.
really awesome ocean.
That's so
It's
funny.
like not super crowded either.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah, I used
It's
to
great.
surf on States Avenue.
Did you ever
It's
go
great.
to Brigantine?
Yes. Bringing teen
Brigantine.
across the bridge.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
Way
great
up,
food
way out.
there.
they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, Lascalas Beach House over there. Shout out to them.
We ate the breakfast place there where everyone
Steak
goes.
50.
What the hell is it called?
The Alien
Uh,
Diner.
No, it's
What?
a super crowd. I mean, Brigantine's tiny.
The pancake. Was it the pancake? Was it the
Yes,
Amy's
well, it's
pancake?
got the big menu, and you have the big plates.
Ask, if it's anything restaurant, ask Lumpy.
You guys remember the Circle Tavern in Brigantine?
Yeah, oh yes.
Absolutely.
Used to go there
24
every
hours a
Monday
day.
night. Watch Thriller. That
Oh,
was the name
yeah.
of the band that used to play there every
Oh, I was
Monday
gonna
night.
say you watch Michael Jackson every Monday night. I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
No,
That's kind of
his name
weird.
was
Yeah.
Thriller, but that was just the name of the band. That was a cool
All right.
place, man. That
So
was a
since
meeting
it's
store.
Thursday, fellers, let's do our predictions. Who we got for the Birds Raiders scores?
Who's going first?
Ben, you go first.
Eagles, Raiders. I'm going Eagles 31, Raiders 14.
Damn it, that's my score. That was my score. All right, go ahead. Lumpy,
You can go
ahead.
34, 14.
Lumpy,
27-12.
27-12 Eagles.
Eagles.
Brian, what you got?
We're just doing straight winners here. We're not doing spread.
No, just straight
No.
winners.
Oh, straight winners. We're not that advanced
Okay.
yet.
All right, we are gonna go. I think the Eagles bounce back in a big way,
Mhm.
and I think the Raiders suck, and I just don't like any of their teams.
Right.
In Vegas, that is, even though Vegas is a cool town. And I am going to go Eagles win 34-10. Philly offense just too strong at home, kids.
34-10. Okay.
30-14, yeah.
Flying Hawaiian, what you got?
I'm going 17-21 Raiders.
Oh,
What?
Blow up in our faces, and it's going to be the worst.
Oh,
We're going to
man.
get trolled. left and
All right.
right. I'm not predicting to win until they win one. Until after they
Wow.
win one, I'm not doing
If
it.
that happens,
I'm
Hurts is
predicting to
benched
win the
if you
last
lose
4
to the
weeks, and I
Raiders,
was
by the way.
last 3 weeks, and I was wrong.
You know
Should be
what's
the
kinda
league.
funny,
Doing it this
Gary?
week.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's
in
a
weird,
great
wacky
shot from a
way.
straight shooter.
Yeah.
I'm not being a homer no more.
He's not wrong. You know, I was thinking the same thing. It depends. Shoot up. Yeah.
I hope the hell I'm wrong, but
No.
I don't know. The Raiders
feeling it,
suck,
man.
though, guys. They're
I know
really
they
bad.
do. But so do the Eagles.
They're like
offense,
bad.
man.
You know,
Our
What?
offense is bad.
when
No, Carrie, the Eagles are a good team playing
I
poorly.
know.
The Raiders just suck.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm not
I'm
doing
saying-
it.
when
I'm not doing it.
Let's hear
when
that.
when
Sorry.
Carroll took over the Las Vegas Raiders, like, okay, he could possibly turn it into something, you know. But the moment they signed Geno Smith to that deal, I was like, they don't want to win. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
bad for Max Crosby. He's a hell of a
Why is
talent,
he
man.
still there? Why is he still there? Why hasn't he
Right.
wanted out?
He's flirted with the 49ers a few times. He's flirted with the
Oh,
Rams.
it's flirted. I thought you said something else. Go ahead.
No,
No, he is a great. I mean, he's one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL. I don't know why he's stuck there.
I would love
hey,
him
this
on
might
the
be a
Eagles.
hot take to some, but I'd take him over Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
I would.
I would. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Bosa, but he doesn't put up the production that Crosby does.
No.
As far as like final product, like getting a sack. Now, Bosa creates a lot of pressure.
My
But
score 28-10 Birds.
28-10, I got it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Brian, thank you very much for
Yes. Are
joining
we
us.
giving a Commanders? Can we give like a Commanders?
Oh,
score?
Commanders.
Yes, please.
Who are the Commanders playing?
The Giants in New York.
I take New York 50-0.
Oh,
that
God.
ain't right.
the audacity.
I don't. you think-
87-10.
Jackson Dart.
We'll
Is
score.
Mariota,
We'll
Throws
the
20
Commanders
touchdowns.
they'll score one. We'll get a rouge in the old CFL scoring. Remember that?
is Mariota quarterbacking?
Rouge.
What's
Luffy
that?
wears Rouge.
Mariota's
Mariota is-
quarterbacking.
Mariota-
The Giants don't have Dayball anymore.
No. I
I think
know.
Commanders can edge that one out 21-17. I think it'll be an upset.
Seems like the Commanders are still kind of trying to put up a fight for Dan Quinn. Maybe I don't know. I don't
They didn't last week.
really. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure. I can't get a good read on the Giants whether or not they want Kafka to come back or they're going to play hard for him to see him come back. I'm not sure.
Well,
But
they
I-
lost
I'll-
last week to New England 33-15, and the week before they lost an OT to Detroit. They lost to Green Bay close. Chicago. I'm talking about the Giants. They played pretty hard. I think they're actually if you look at those two organizations, and I'll kind of wrap with this, gentlemen. If you look at the Giants and the Commanders next to each other, I actually, believe it or not, I think the Giants have a better foundation than Washington right now. Washington has a very old, tired roster. The Giants have a lot of very good pieces. Scatterbo probably has he is a concussion waiting to happen, and he's like a poster child for early onset CTE. But neighbors.
I love them though.
Neighbors
Yeah,
Dart.
Well, they lost
Neighbors
Neighbors
Dart.
for the year, too. They lost Neighbors and Scatterbo.
Yep, Neighbors, Dart, Scatterbo, good players. And look at the Giants' defense. They have a great defensive line, a couple of good linebackers.
Yeah.
The Giants have a front office problem. But I think if you look at those teams and you compare one, I like the Giants' foundation right now better than Washington's. I'm picking the Giants to win this game 20-13. Giants beat my Commanders.
I have them 24-17, the Giants. I'll tell you, Brian. I'll take your
I go
coaching.
2017 Giants.
Brian, I'll take the Commanders coaching staff on the field over a lot of teams, though.
21-13. I'll take the Giants.
You taking what? Commanders,
I'll take your coaching staff in a game. Cliff Kingsbury, Bobby Johnson, Bobby Ingram.
Yeah, but our defensive coordinator isn't even making the calls anymore.
Dude, if the Giants mess around and get them a really good defensive coordinator, they would be a problem. With that defensive roster they have.
Ted Norton Jr.
Yeah, but look at our defensive coordinator. He doesn't even call the plays anymore. Quinn does.
Yeah.
So our team's a mess. And I don't know. Our offensive coordinator is he's a lot of smoke and mirrors. He's very one-dimensional. That stupid West Coast offense stuff. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Kingsbury right now. I'm kind of down on my organization. Can't you tell?
Organization. You must be close to Canada.
I'm kidding.
With the organization.
Oh.
What do y'all think? What about what do y'all think? 49ers Titans game? Who do y'all have?
Oh, the Niners.
Titans are terrible.
I think the Niners destroy
30-10.
I don't even think it's going to be close.
I'm going 49 for the Niners to 22.
37-14.
I'm going
30-10 Niners.
I'm going 31-7. I think we're going to do a lot of running, so there's not going to be a lot of scoring. I think we're going to, because Shanahan likes to run the ball all the time. I think we're going to milk the clock as much as possible.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see a lot of passing.
I don't think it matters if you milk the clock or not. I think you guys are going to win 41-17. I think Titans get a garbage touchdown.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I
think the Niners kill them.
49ers are a good team.
They're a very good team.
Dude,
They're
well coached, man.
Shanahan is and Solly. They're putting a master class of coaching, display of coaching this year. And Shanahan's not even in the consideration for Coach of the Year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's not on the list.
You want to have your mind blown? Do you want to have your mind blown?
Yes.
Yes.
The Washington at the time Redskins coaching staff. You ready? Bobby Slowick, Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
On one coaching staff, and they hired Jay Gruden over all of those guys.
Wasn't Shanahan the offensive coordinator?
And then you wonder why I'm an angry Commander fan.
That was my mind.
Well, look at the Browns one time. They had Belichick and Nick Saban and Jim Schwartz.
But these guys
Schwartz, another Maryland guy.
But these guys became coaches and successful coaches almost instantly.
Yeah.
Not decades later.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gruden, man, do y'all ever see John Gruden coaching the NFL again, or do y'all think he's going to go to the college level?
No, he'll never coach again.
I think he's done.
Makes too much money.
I like that Jackson Dart kid.
I love his videos.
He kind of got blackballed a little bit too.
I love his videos though.
I love John Gruden. He's great, man.
I don't know. I don't think he's it's the old. How many years did people wish for Cowher to come back? It's like the guy hasn't been in the NFL for 10 years. It's like you're not coaching anymore.
I was surprised.
Cowher's in his 70s now, isn't he?
Yeah, but it was like everyone wanted him back, and it's like I feel like the longer you're away from a game,
definitely.
you're just how impactful are you going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, and are you going to be used to today's players? They're constantly changing, Cowher's
too old school, I think, for this new generation.
Yes, guys, you need to. Are you guys watching the HBO? What the heck is it called?
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks with the NFC East.
I watched episode 1. I got to watch the second episode.
I have to watch the second episode too, but I believe that it was last week, so they really focused on Ertz's injury. Oh God, how awful was that?
That's terrible.
Yeah,
And I know you guys are fans of him because he's, your boy, your Eagle. But he was so good for us, even though he's old. But he was just such a good dude.
Yeah,
Who's injured?
I hated seeing him.
Zach Ertz.
Oh yeah, Ertz. I thought you said Hurts.
No,
yeah, Zach
Ertz's
Ertz, man.
knee.
That was
I don't
nasty.
understand how that was an ACL, but it almost looked like his kneecap dislocated. Or
At first they said it was his hip. And then I was like, I don't see how that's his hip when his knee was like a U shape, man.
That's what I mean. How is that an ACL or whatever?
You guys think it was a dirty hit at all?
No, not at all.
It was a what?
So, Kerry, with the rules now about
it was dirty. That was not a good hit.
Especially with the rules now where you can't hit ahead and it forces the guys to go down low. So when a guy with the ball goes up in the air, you're right at knee level.
Yeah, but he should be going for at that point as a defensive back, he should be going for the ball, not for the kneecap.
No, I hate going for the ball. You make the tackle. Make the tackle.
The defensive side of the ball now is the hardest position to play besides quarterback. They basically have a strike zone. They call it a hit zone.
Yes.
You got to make a decision within a fraction of a second. Like just an instant reaction where you got to hit this guy. It's crazy.
It almost seems like I'm watching it again. It almost seems like that hit is similar to the block that they've outlawed.
The chop block?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chop or the drop?
No, the chop.
Yeah.
The chop block.
Yeah,
it almost looked like a chop block.
Unwritten rule in football. You don't go after somebody's kneecaps.
Right.
So, bro, but when a guy jumps, like if you're aiming at his hips and he jumps, you're at his kneecaps. You can't change your body.
That's his fault.
So Brian, since you're looking at Brian,
I got to watch the play again.
The first thing I thought of when I saw that hit was Willis McGahee. Remember his bowl game?
Yeah. In college. You're talking about in college.
Yeah.
In the bowl game.
It was a Fiesta Bowl, 2003. I remember when that happened, being sick to my stomach because you can see it. It's nauseating to see a leg bend that way.
I thought his pro career was over at that.
So did I. Yeah. I mean, McGahee tore his ACL, PCL, and MCL.
Nick Chubb, remember his injury?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's playing.
Yep.
Like he came back and he's not doing too bad, but he's doing better considering what I thought he'd do. After that was nasty.
Yeah, that was.
The player I hate that happened to is Tank Dell. I really like that wide receiver for the Texans. My man, he tore his knee up the same way.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I didn't really watch the game. I don't see how the game went. I wouldn't say if there was any ill intent on the Vikings.
I don't know that it was like ill intent in terms of when it happened, but if you're calling balls and strikes,
all right.
If you're calling balls and strikes, it probably should have been a penalty. That's all.
Speaking of balls and strikes, we're striking out on time, fellas. We're already overtime right now. We're
all right.
Our 120, but Brian, I wanted to say thank you for coming on this evening, and you're always welcome to come back.
Brian, thank you very much.
And
nice to meet you, Brian.
Yeah,
guys, it was awesome. I'd say this was probably one of the 742 greatest moments in my life.
Thank you. Hey, at least you made it there. That was after your 741 home that you sold. All right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you guys later. Don't forget, Straight Shooter. Make sure you guys like or comment and also subscribe. Check out the articles that are online at straightshootersports.com. And hope to see you guys soon. Keep faith and keep joining. Keep coming back.
Ed, before you leave, before you leave, how about Nation One Mortgage?
Oh, Nation One Mortgage. Yes, we'd like to thank Frank McCartney for supporting us at Nation One Mortgage. You can see his number below. You can give him a call at 856-495-5150. And it's not just for Van Halen anymore. So give him a call, 856-495-5150. All right.
Good album, by the way.
Great.
Fantastic album.
Yeah.
Brian, we'll see you in the summer, Brian.
It said pancake.
See you guys.
It said pancake. That's why Lumpy got excited. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you guys later.
All right, y'all. Y'all be safe.
Take care. Choo.